And at the same time, I also just don't want to see the teams that are like, I believe it's Noble and Comets in fifth and sixth. Although Noble has like, I think at least 10 more points.
Yeah,
than,
Noble is at like 60.
I think they're at 68 or somewhere around
Yeah,
there.
I think
and
they're
then
at
we
68.
Yeah, and then we saw Comets just there at 59, I believe. So it's close, man. And this is what a way to end as we finally go to the last game, ladies and gents. This is game number 12, the MPL relegations. Degon, are you ready?
I've been born ready. Godspeed. Are you ready?
I don't know, that like whole demeanor tone wasn't really feeling it. So you also like people didn't see it be like slow turn to me. This was.
What did you want? Did you want hype energy?
I mean, I don't know, man. It's like the final
Now I
game.
ruined it.
Yeah, you really did.
I'm waiting to
quit.
see which team. We
I'm
keep
outta
going
here.
back to the contenders match, the contenders relegations battle. It was this kind of situation where a squad from the back of the pack moved on up. This was squad Nutters.
Dude,
That came out of nowhere.
One of the best games I think I've watched in contenders ever. It's just the fact that these guys were they were just so ballsy to try to literally take on the entire lobby, and they pretty much did. It came down to like literally the end, just the wire.
Yeah.
And they weren't able to do it, but they got so close, accumulating over like 20-something points. And that is something that is possible here. It's going to be less likely because, and what a fair circle I would say as far as a final game. But someone taking on this lobby is possible. It's going to be more difficult because of the teams that are involved. You have your wild cards, you have your P1Es, you have your SSGs. So running into one of those teams early is going to be a massive detriment as opposed to what we saw in MPLC.
Right. All right. We'll have to keep an eye on to see who will be able to channel their big nut energy the same way Nutters were in the very final game. If anyone's going to make a move here, now's the time to do it. Because there is no tomorrow.
Really wild, Degon? If the circle shifted south and went Millie base.
That would be.
Sorry, I have to say it.
50% military base.
But that would be the worst.
That's pretty. That'd be the worst. So 3-3 dropping there at Millie base as well. Halo Klein kind of stuck in between two squads as well, but no overall hot drops. A bit contested around School and Razak. Oxy very happy to just farm up Georgie as they normally do and then rotate on in. That's one of the squads we want to keep an eye on. We've got like 4 squads that we need to keep an eye on.
4 or 5 squads, yeah.
So
absolutely.
I'd say like Comets, holding off Oxy, Vanquish, and 303, along with our NPL squad, Zenith, Obey Alliance, also in that mix. And again, with that victory, Elusive is only 13 points off the path.
They can make a claim for it. They can stretch to try to really get the frags necessary with a win. That's the most important thing to note, though. They have to win with a large amount of frags.
What do we do? We like set the conditions that need to happen. The first condition that needed to happen, I remember what it was, during contenders was our other favorite squad out of that group, Brugs. Brugs had to die. Right?
Oh, that's right.
And
yeah,
Brugs died first.
So here are the conditions. Let's set the table
conditions.
Here.
Yes. Tell me,
Comets
Dungeon
has
Master.
to die immediately. They cannot accumulate any more points, or they can't really get more than 5 points. On top of that, the teams under them have to at least make sure, especially towards the bottom half of the teams that are under them, need to make sure at the very least that they get they're going to need at least 10 kills, maybe 10 to 13 to 14 to 15, and they absolutely have to win. There's no, compromise there.
And I think top teams go out as well. You
Correct.
need Space Station
You
and Wildcard,
cannot
at least
have
one of them
the
to
top-
get out of there
that's
so
a
they stop
different
cannibalizing the
stipulation
points.
than we had
Right.
the last time around as well. So, yeah, Wildcard and Space Station and P1E and God Squad, they cannot cannibalize these points the way that they have.
All right, so spam that chat, y'all, with what team you believe is going to be taking this one away. It's going to be huge here.
At the same time, dude, I just want everyone to make it because I know how bad these guys want it. I'm friends with a lot of these people, and unfortunately, not everyone is going to be able to qualify. And looking at the team on your screen right now, Smoking Aces, sadly, I don't know if they even, with a big win, Well, even past that threshold.
They would need I think they're at 31 points. They're at 35 points. They
would
actually
need
dropped
at
to
least
last
a
place
20
after that
kill
last game.
win.
20. No, they would. Yeah, 20 kill win.
Yeah,
that's
a 20
correct.
kill win.
Which was what Nutters was on pace for.
I
to
mean,
be
they
fair.
almost had it right, for sure. It's just, it's so hard, especially in this lobby. But I'm not going to rule anything out.
All right, well, Zenith, they're going back to the boat strat, and they're not that far off the pace now after that last round. Kendo able to survive as long as he did, just 10 points off. But this feels risky as, you know, one bad boating accident, a boat catastrophe could mean that's the end of Zenith.
I have felt that pain. Phase 2, Accelerate, Trevor camping on a rock blew us up, going from Milton Power to Novo. We died first. It was awful.
Well, I hope that no one else has to feel that. I don't subscribe to Misery Loves Company, but I also. It sounds like you've made peace with it. Yeah.
We did. I mean, it was at the beginning of the phase. We obviously made up for that, but yeah, that felt really, really bad, man.
Here is Mime. Oh, I haven't been able to meme him all that hard.
Yeah,
Hasn't been able to have the
I'm
performance.
very surprised, and was hoping that Mime would be able to show up today because he didn't really show us why he was so great in the Contenders Phase 3.
Yep.
And it just has not come together for Smoke and Aces. I think Lightshow missing maybe the kind of the synergy that they need to have, and that's not a knock on Cloudtail at all. Cloudtail has been amazing for them. It's just as a team, as a whole, that pie is not worth eating, it seems.
Well, a pie that is worth eating right now and looking pretty good for promotion is P1E. D-Treats there. Yeah, I did do that. That was a great setup, dude.
Hey, thanks, man.
You're fantastic.
I try. Sometimes I'm getting slowly better at this.
No, I mean, you know what? Slow and steady wins the race, and that's why you're doing a great job so far. As Filthy, in a bit of trouble trying to get out. Scott Clean not going to be so safe, is he? Yes, he will. And Vanquish not able to get anything going. Also, earlier we saw shots towards Zenith from Player One Esports, and Zenith were able to sneak their way on in. A bit scary there. So every time there's a fight, it's implications everywhere, unless you see Wildcard or Space Station or both of them shooting each other.
If you see Wildcard and Space Station fighting as any of these other teams, you are cheering on that slaughter. You hope that they cripple each other, absolutely, because that just means there's more of a chance for you to get the points that you need.
Yeah. For you fans at home, enjoy the eyegasm of the skill set of Space Station and Wildcard.
Yeah, I mean, if you, also, on the other side of things, if you're a Wildcard or Space Station fan, I mean, you're set. You're good to go. These guys are going to be promoted into the MPL. There's no question about it. So for those guys watching, congratulations. Your team did exactly what they were supposed to do.
I saw Halo Klein outside during the break. They seemed, although pretty far down in the leaderboards, they seemed to be in good spirits. They're in 15th with 39 points again. Everyone trying to chase that 59-point mark. And again, another one of those squads. I think the number 2 squad coming into the relegations from NPLC just didn't quite have the performance that they had in NPLC, and good to see him doing well as Valiate. This might be first take here. This is number 2 against number 16, though.
And this doesn't surprise me, though, that SSG is coming up here because they love to play up here on Potato Hill. They will generally play around the dog houses or they'll hold the upper part here. So they know that there's a team, and Monty doesn't even look like he has spotted anyone yet, and he is looking down to scout that way, but...
Who is shooting Baja? Who's shooting J-Sank? SSG's just getting shot from the back by somebody.
I think they're getting shot in the back potentially by... It might be Wildcard down there. I'm not sure. There was a team down in the flat top below, though.
Yeah, we're odd to see, but Mime has spotted him out, and Mime able to get the first knock there on the Hetror, and we've seen Hetror's been able to 1v4 before. Nades now being traded back and forth in the same directions. Monty's low. Pentalol actually knocking Mime, though. And so it was Wildcard now aiming on up, so Pelicious will be able to get the revive on the Rock. The Rock is protecting from Wildcard, not necessarily from Space Station. That nade looks on target. Will it get a Baja bounce? Yes, it will. And Cloudtail the sub, getting 2 for 1. Thank you very much.
Huge nade coming out from Cloudtail now as Valiant starting to... again, he's kind of going for that solo play off angle. This
Here
could
we
come
go.
back to
No
bite
one's
him unless
looking
he
this
comes
way.
huge.
Oh, he bluffs his lines. He's not able to get it. Hey, misses again. And now Valiant in a lot of trouble. And Mime able to stand on top of him. And it's just J-Sync left alive. Rarely do you see that from Space Station Gaming. That got him in a lot of trouble in that one. And it's 4 kills.
That could be the start. I don't think they took any casualties aside from a knock. So Smoking Aces could use this as a catapult and go huge.
And look at this. Comets get shoved up.
And this is part of that equation.
Yeah, Zenith, one of those squads right behind them. And you can see immediately Comets are like, EO dog, I'll see you later, disciple. We'll follow someone else.
They wasted no time getting out of there.
Dude, chat, you guys are relentless. Monty got a kill.
Yeah, you guys are ruthless, but we love you, chat.
All right, so Comets turning tail and running away. Zenith happy with that 1 point. And again, if you're following along with the kill feed, you're like, holy cow, one of the top fraggers are out. And it was taken by Smoking Aces, so it doesn't matter. Oh, no, and low-key have to send it. And it's Noble being the bridge tolls. Pay the toll right now. Chuba forced to turn away. Figs trying to rotate around as well. Lobe's actually driving, and it looks like low-key will be split up here 1 and 3.
This isn't even a bad play from Noble because although they are in 5th place and they could technically get overthrown, they're going to at least accumulate some points if they do have a team come their way, if not deny them access to the southeast part of the circle. So this bridge camp is it's not bad. It's not a bad play. It's not a bad idea.
God, look what low-key have to do here. Pax is buying Lonesome all the way in the east, has a lot of space to work with, but low-key have to go to the completely opposite side, to the other
That's not
bridge.
a good look for the team as well.
Oh, no.
Especially when, like we said, it is possible for them to have a massive game with a win and get back into the MPL, but this is a huge setback for sure.
Yeah, it wastes so much time.
It does.
Like, yes, you might survive. Yeah, you might have 4 up, but you need kills. You need to go frag out and go make things happen. And so low-key will keep an eye on them. Another squad. They don't need to frag out. They just need to have a good game. It's 303.
Yeah, exactly. They are not one of the teams. 303 does not have to have like this disgusting kill win. They really just need to be consistent, at least accumulate, I would say, 10 to 15 points, and then they'll be good to go. But that, again, depends on Comets.
It does depend on Comets. We'll keep an eye on what Comets decide to do after taking those casualties earlier. If they keep going the way that they're going, though, 303 is going to run into Oxy, and these are 2 squads fighting for that same spot. And they both have the capability of getting 10 to 15 points and might actually bump off both Noble and Comets. We won't wish that upon anybody quite yet, just trying to set the stage here.
This is such a good final circle to end on. It's mostly just open hillside space. You do have that dirt road as well as the forest just north of it. And then you have the new compound that was put into, it's not new, but it's new-ish.
Is that wheel gone?
I'm sorry?
Is that wheel? I think the wheel is broken there for 303 on the UAZ.
Yeah,
They're able to get
compound that Vanquish is in is the one I'm talking about. So a lot of this is actually just really good, usable, open terrain. And I think this is like the perfect circle to almost end on here.
Oh, God Squad, they seem relatively safe in terms of the standings unless it's 3 squads with 3 big moves on up, and God Squad will be able to get themselves to safety on this
surprised
ridge.
Actually God Squad or another team didn't take the tempo dip there. It's the dip just northeast of the team right here in Vanquish. It's a gigantic dip. There's actually 2 of them. There's one right there that we can kind of see. It looks like a team is starting to set up in.
Yeah, it looks like Elusive might be making the move here on that. Let's follow back along with 303, who took some damage earlier. D-Rich taking some damage from Oxy, and both squads just spotting each other out right now, and it's going to be a game of cat and mouse between these 2 squads. And again, you can't spend too much time fighting against one specific squad because you need a ton of points here.
And 303 is going for the shots. Granted, I don't think anyone is really going to do a lot of damage here or really get any kills, but this is time they're using on each other to basically stifle their progression forward.
Along with Player One Esports and Wildcard, here it is, the other squad that frags out. If Player One Esports is able to take care of Wildcard, this whole lobby just breaks wide open because I think the level of gun skill goes down, and the people that have been scoring all the points get out of the way, and it leaves it for everybody else.
Yeah, if Wildcard dies, that would basically just be the most fair thing to happen to Lobby because then everyone left would be the ones desperately competing for these points.
All right, well, Player One Esports, their position is secured as well. You can imagine currently sitting at third place, ton of points. But again, you're never exactly sure, and that doesn't mean all of a sudden they're going to start getting a little aggressive. Oxy and 303 jostling for position here at Apps, a little bit south of Apps, and low-key walking right
coming in
to 303.
This is only a problem, though, because I feel like low-key have kind of stayed a little bit on the edge. They've stayed on the edge a little too long. Had they scouted in, they would have been able to get a much stronger position, but instead now, whether it's going to work in their favor, give them more points, or hurt them and cause them members, they're going to be looking to fight low-key here.
Oh, boy. And now Dusty thinking about taking those shots. He has a much better line on the Lobes with the blue coming on in.
He's going to lose his opportunity soon. If he's going to take the shots, he needed to do it, and now it's gone.
And he does not. And so this back-and-forth game between 303, Low-Key, and Oxy will continue. And Low-Key actually now running a bit towards Halocline, and Halocline might say thank you very much. DMR in hand, Figs getting pretty close.
Charity is putting himself in a position that he's not going to be able to get out of here. He's going to trap himself. Yeah, that's going to be a nice trade from Low-Key now as the rest of Halocline starting to come in.
Yep. Figs throwing shots down here. Nades coming on through. Chuba will get finished off in just a bit, I believe. Zodiac nading himself, and there's a nade by Adam onto it. Adam using the tree as cover. Indestructible tree. Works out very well for him. Lobes still up. Nice wrap around there by Pax, but he's not able to finish Adam. And now Low-Key hanging on by a string here. Just one man to beat. It's Lobes. Here comes Mime and Smokin' Aces, who had themselves a good start. This might pick up these points here.
Yeah, this is big. Smokin' Aces already 6 kills. If they can clean up Low-Key, that's another 2 to bring them to 8, which means that they're that much closer, 8 points closer to actually hitting that crazy game that we saw Nutters attempt the other week with the MPLC relegations, excuse me. My mind is racing right now.
Yeah, Low-Key pulling the Houdini out here against Smokin' Aces and just got the heck out of Dodge. All the while, though, now it's Oxy split up, just a 2-man group here. Boom and Clam.
Wait, what happened to the other 2 men? They're still 4
They're still up. They're
just
don't spread out right now. As on your kill feed, that's a member of Wildcard getting knocked. But Boom and Clam trying to force their way on into God Squad. Here comes Blown Apart and Jason. And it's put up or shut up time here for Oxy.
Yeah, and God Squad again is another one of those squads where they don't need these points. They really don't. So they could potentially really dash Oxy's dreams here if Danny can land a really good nade. Oh, nice shots. Or if they can just start, taking them down one by one.
Yeah, nade doesn't quite get over the ridge that Oxy's pushing up, and you can see a pretty clear ridge, so instead of heading straight at him, they're wrapping around. Another member of Wildcard has been taken down.
The biggest issue here is they're not in circle. They still have to get in circle, and that's going to be a knock going on to Clam.
Yeah, Clam a little bit further wide. Who picked that one up? I'm not exactly sure. So Clam is down. Player One Esports now getting taken down by Zenith. There's the second one. Jason has been knocked. That's your top fragger for Oxy. Things looking very dire here. No damage done quite yet to God Squad, and they're going to send it, just the 2 members, with just Boom and Blown Apart.
This is a desperate play. They really have nothing else to do with Jason about to bleed out. They're holding the edge of the circle, just trying to drive recklessly. They have no information on where they're going either, so Oxy really just sending it on a prayer.
Look at this. Wildcard being held out by Supernova. Supernova's hella able to answer that one. That's your top 2 squads out of the game. And so it's points for all these bottom feeders now. Who's going to be the one that rises to the top? Roth able to heal on up from
Comet's
that nade.
Still alive, though. That's the very important thing to notice, and I believe they've gotten at least 1 or 2 kills.
Yeah, Comets was able to stunt Zenith just a bit there, as now Batty Lol pop it off here just a bit for 303. Supernova trying to answer back onto Smokin' Aces, as Soapylicious now taking another fight here, able to get 1, able to get 2. Supernova eliminated. What the heck? 9 kills here for Smokin' Aces, and an arm in the hands of Cloudtail. Low-Key has been eliminated and relegated to the NPLC. Sub-Zero, though, still popping off here.
But
Kendo, and that is multiple members of Zenith down. Just 1 still alive. It's Roth right below him.
That arm in the hands of Cloudtail could actually see Smokin' Aces make this heroic comeback.
Oh boy.
This game is shaping up to be something else with only 1 kill, and now Yaxley taking a lot of damage. I mean, anything could really happen, but Comets need to die, unfortunately, for these plays to make a really matter.
Sub-Zero, we haven't seen him fluff shots like that too often, but he's able to recover. Zenith Esports go out in 10th place. I don't believe that is enough points to promote on up either. And now it's a solo Soko in the shack by himself. Fudge doesn't realize it. They're aiming towards the Wizard Tower, and with the nades going right next to Soko, this is a great distraction right now.
That's kind of dangerous, especially if that door is blown up and one of those nades gets a little too close.
Soko throws a nade outside the window. I don't know if they saw it. Sociopath now just kind of running in the middle of nowhere. God Squad said, thank you very much. We'll use up target practice. They're not very good at it, though. They're able to pick up one. Dusty goes down. Battylo now getting one onto Spray. Gets two. It's hectic here. Multiple members of God Squad down. Dusty has been finished off. D-Rich and Zero are holding hands on the ground, crawling right next to each other. Battylo prepping a nade. It's just Triggs that's alive. If they can finish this one off, Triggs is very low next to the vehicle. Nade's coming on in, and it's God Squad getting eliminated. Points heading on over to 303. Noble now clearing out Obey Alliance, and Obey Alliance now trying to fight themselves back and forth. This is a very important fight in terms of standings. Obey Alliance trying to stay alive. I don't know how Hades did not get blown up.
Yeah,
that's
an
indestructible rock right there.
And now it's Noble just desperately trying to get him down, but another knock comes out of Hades.
Hades, your damage leader for the NPLC for the whole time. Now he's able to get the peek onto Honey Badger. Who's watching his corner?
Hades!
Nobody, and Hades picks that one up. A nade coming on over. Can he get Duck? Duck still hanging behind the tree, and Hades trying to go duck hunting right now. Tries to find the head. Oh, and Duck comes up huge there. But Obey Alliance had multiple points in terms of kills, and so they might be able to work their way on up. Comets still alive in all of this, and now in position placement points. I don't know what happened to 303, and they didn't get the points from Smoke. From the fight with God Squad.
During that whole fight with God Squad, what ended up happening was 303, although they got some knocks, it was stolen away. So now it's just Battylo all by himself. 4 points, has to survive. Meanwhile, Smoke and Ace is a team that is just accumulating so many points from these kills, is trying to desperately take him down. Meanwhile, on the other side, Comets still survives.
Comets still survives, and it must be nuts how many points right now Smoke and Aces have, because I think the team that did steal away the 4 members of God Squad
was one of those
and
teams.
The 3 members of 303, it might have been Smoke and Aces from all of that. That is nuts right now that Smoke and Aces might be able to do this. We'll set the table, because again, they need an insane amount of points.
Hold on. Okay, so that
and
was
a chicken dinner.
That was insane.
Lamplot has 0 points and is the only one alive.
The most important thing is that Comets is still alive. They're still in 7th, and they've gotten, I think, they had the 1 kill, and I think they got at least
Zenith.
2 more.
They cleared at least 3 points on Zenith.
So, as exciting as this all is, it still all hinges on whether or not one of these teams can actually take down Comets, as Lamplot destroys Duck. Meanwhile, coming from the trade is Victor.
Yep, and the other team that might be in a bit of trouble, remember they had a 10-point cushion, was Noble, who just got knocked out in 6th place. So they do have, I think it was at least 5 kills, as well as a couple position points there.
And Batty's still clinging to life. I mean, this whole game is really, it's just been one wild ride.
All the while, Vanquish in the middle is just seeing everyone die around them, and Vanquish need themselves, I believe they needed like 10 to 12 points to promote
all of these teams alive need to be alive.
There's Comets, 5 kills for them with 3 up, but they are running into an awakened beast that is Smoke and Aces right now. Sfinna now has eyes on Elusive. Elusive again, another squad that could make a big run, but here we go. Smoke and Aces taking shots and taking down Matthew.
VQ has the best position right now in this circle, hands down.
Here we go. Matthew low, might get stolen away by somebody. He actually says, that's my kill. You're not taking that point. Does that deny the point? We'll figure that one out later.
If he got knocked, no.
So then it's Smoke and Aces that get that point there. Mime, he's waking up, boys and girls. Yaxley goes down. That's your kill leader. Cloudtail trying to finish off Sub-Zero. And that's Comets going out in 5th place with 13 members still alive. That's a lot of points that could get picked up here by Smoke and Aces. That's a lot of points here by Elusive. You got 303 somewhere in the trees. Cloudtail able to get another headshot with his arm.
I told you it would come online.
What is happening?
If Smoke and Aces can actually just clear out the rest of the teams on the circle, they may stand a viable chance of actually qualifying from the depths of the leaderboards.
Well, we'll keep an eye on it. Cloudtail only has 2 more bullets for the there. Again, one of the downfalls of the You don't get a lot of shots.
By
with
the
it.
way, I don't know if you noticed, but Comets, I believe, are dead.
Yes.
So this is it. This is the final 4 teams. Smoking Aces. You have the last member of 303. You have Vanquish, and you have Elusive.
Man, if I'm Vanquish right now, I'm very upset that there are 13 kills on this last place bottom feeding team that hasn't shown a sign of life all tournament long. Whoa, you can see the shot there by Cladtail, and it didn't quite land.
That grenade might. Oh man, he needs to back off. That should be a good grenade. In fact, that is him.
Oh, he's sitting on it.
He's done.
That's Cloudtail. No smokes coming out yet. Might get stolen away. Yes, does get stolen away by Vanquish. That's a big point there by Vanquish. Again, Vanquish and Zenith were right next to each other in the scoreboards overall.
That's actually going to very much halt this progression of Smoking Aces. If they were able to get that kill, they could have further kind of oppressed the east side of the circle, but now they're not going to have to. Looks like they are going to retreat and go down now towards the south and then wrap eventually west.
Look at Batty. Batty still alive, just kind of crawling his way on through, throwing some smokes, might be working his way on over to one of the crates. Cole G at the other crate right now. Jay All Day, who's had himself a pretty good tournament, goes out now, and it's just one member left alive here for Elusive Gaming. And Batty got caught stealing. And it might be prime time, mime time, guys. You can hear my voice. It's going right now. And I will use all of it if it's Smoking Aces up left.
It's just now one member of Elusive. And then, oh, jeez. This is out of control, man. This is out of control. 4 members up, it looks like, for Vanquish. 1 member of Elusive. 3 left for Smoking Aces. The final 3 teams. Is it going to be enough for Smoking Aces? They need to get these last 4 kills, win this game. Obviously, it's just 2 teams. I'm not sure if it's enough.
It's 15 points here for Smoking Aces. We'll keep an eye on it. A lot of kills were taken by Vanquish. Vanquish as well have an opportunity here to seal it away with the chicken dinner, and they did a lot of pickoffs here against Elusive. They do lose part of this compound.
Well, at some point, this was the best. In fact, in the last couple circles, this really was the best position. But now it may flip depending on where the circle goes. Smoking Aces may actually have the best spot in the circle, especially if VQ really has to push out of their compound, and Smoking Aces can cut off those angles, especially on the east where we see Soapy right now.
Yeah, well, Mime dealing some damage to Reno. Reno took a big chunk there by the blue. So Mime now trying to see through all of the smoke. Not quite able to, and Smoking Aces have the high ground. They have the inside of the circle, as Vanquish will have to move on in here. Although they are 4 members up.
Yeah, 4 members up still. Smoking Aces with a really nice hold on this circle. VQ is doing what they can, using smokes, utilizing vehicles, but that circle is slowly going to push them in, and that might be where the problem is. Now, if they can get a really good knock, if they can find something to kind of get their foot in the door, they'll be okay. But with Monty, kind of sitting back bolting and not really taking much damage, it's going to be hard for them to move up. But that's another thing. If they can put enough damage, not even getting a knock, they can start slowly moving up on these positions. But Soapy is the one that I really thought was going to hold them back, and it looks like he is. He's putting a lot of damage onto the team.
Yep.
Oh, and what a shot from Mime.
It's prime time, Mime time, boys and girls. Here he goes. He starts shoving forward. Soapy as well, taking the flank, and Mime gets a bit closer onto the middle of the trees, in the middle of the circle as well. Monty, 2 kills to his name.
If he just went a little more right, he would have such a crazy angle on those guys.
I can't see through any of the smoke
right
now.
He's
getting even closer.
This is going for the win here. He's going absolutely all out.
All right, Mime, here we go. He sees a bit of Tetra's face there, so he's going to swap back on over. The vehicle gets taken down, trying to take those shots, and he misses, so he calibrates it, and Mime able to get down Tetra, able to shoot his knees right off. Soapylicious able to get another one, so it's multiple members of Vanquish currently down. Bozu gets finished off. The one true carry, trying to stay true to his name. A nade might stop that one by Reno. Mime forces step on up. He jumps on through. He's able to get it, and Mime shows up. Finally, the one true carry is able to come on through. 19 kills.